The following segment is sponsored by Daniel A. White and Associates and does not necessarily reflect the views of this station or Forever Media Incorporated. Rick Jensen on 1150 AM, 1017 FM, WDEL.
Dan White's been on WDEL for so many years. In fact, he has a Sunday morning show at 7 a.m. On the phone right now. Hi, Dan. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Rick. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. I'm hoping that the Phils get to play tomorrow.
Yeah, I am too. I mean, it's an exciting time of year. You got the NBA playoffs. The Sixers big win last night, and unfortunately the Phillies couldn't follow through with a sweep. They bullpen kind of blew another one. But
well, see, this is what I said. You know, Hermes is the great god of baseball, and that when he realized that the Phillies had 17 runs in one night, and I think back when the Reds had 11, and he said, "Nah, more rain, take a few days off," and now see what happens. They take a few days off, and this is what happens. But tomorrow, 38% chance of rain. Hopefully, they'll play. Sunday morning, 7 o'clock. What's your show on?
It's an interesting show. I mean, if you might want to listen to this, Rick. It's How to Get Rich.
A little late for me, I guess.
How to get rich.
Is it going to take a while, or is it using Robin Hood, the app?
It's not as sexy as it sounds. I mean, the one thing that people have control over, which you're not going to want to hear this, you can't control investment returns, you can't control your investments, but you can control how much you save.
See, I thought that might be where you're going. Yeah, I know. I've been listening to you for years, and you are right, if I may, on the money. That's actually the name of Dan's show on Sunday mornings, On the Money at 7 a.m.,
yes.
Right? Okay.
Yep.
So you actually educate us a lot about tax laws, how things have changed, how things have now been, well, I guess going back to the way they were when it comes to how much you can put in retirement, how much you can take out of retirement, the taxes, the fees, and things like that. And, we do have a lot of listeners who ask about the required minimum distributions. You got a retirement account, and when you hit a certain age, you're required to take some money out. But what if you're still working?
Yeah, so that's a question a lot of people get wrong. Do you still got to take a required minimum distribution if you're still working? And the answer is yes and no. Kind of a trick question. So it really depends on the type of account we're talking about. If you have an IRA, there's no exceptions. Even if you're working or not, you turn 72 at this point after the Secure Act, you got to take money out of an IRA. But where the still working exception lies is if somebody is an employee who participates in a 401k plan and they're not an owner, so they're not more than a 5% owner of the company, and they retire at, let's say, 73 or 74, the question is, do they have to take an RMD in the year they retire, or can they wait till the next year, till April 1st? And the answer is yes, they do have to take, they have that option. If you delay RMDs beyond the age of 72 under the still working exception, the first RMD is due for the year you retire. So if you retired in June, you should take something out before December 31. You can defer it until the following year, but then you fall into that trap where you're going to have to take two RMDs next year. You're going to have to take the one for this year and the one for next year.
Why?
The government wants your money, Rick. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Okay.
They basically said you've been hiding it long enough. We want it.
It's right. That's why I call it, what is it, preferred. Yeah. It's
confiscation?
Yeah, I know. No. But, yeah, they want your money. I know. I just was wondering, why did you have to do 2 years of RMDs? It just... you have a deferred basis.
The first year they kind of give you a window in case you forget. So they say, all right, if you turned 72 last year and it's your first RMD, you could wait until April of this year. Okay, if it was last year you turned 72, but then this year you're going to have to take the one for last year and the one for this year.
So what's the easiest thing to do for someone who's still working?
So, yeah, I mean, the bottom line is if you're still working, you don't have to worry about it in your 401k. Because you're still active and you're still contributing. But when you retire, the other thing that comes into play is when they retire, a lot of people want to roll that 401k over. Mm-hmm. And if you're retired, you're allowed to do that, but they still make you take the RMD out before you roll it over.
So if you're working at an employer, you get a 401k plan, and they say, okay, we're retiring you.
Yeah, you're retired. You just don't know it yet.
Exactly. As of Friday, here's your cake.
Well, the cool part is that works both ways, Rick. The company can do that, but the employee does that sometimes, too. I'm retired. I just didn't tell you yet.
True. That's right. You haven't been coming to work very often. I know. I'm working for you part-time. Wait, what?
Yeah, I'm just showing up, but I'm not doing anything.
Right. Good luck with that. But what if you go to another company? What if they say we're retiring you? You go, like, no, forget about it. And you go to another company, you roll over the 401k into their 401k. You don't put it in an IRA. You roll it over in their 401k. Now, does that change anything?
Yeah, I mean, if you transfer it to their 401k, I don't want to say 100% for sure, but I think you're going to be off the hook there because, again, you're just doing a transfer between plans, and now that's rolled into a plan of which you are a current participant. Okay, so I think you're still going to fall under that still working exception. They might make you take out the RMD. I'm not sure. Right. I'm not sure if they would or not. I'd have to research that. So I don't want to give people the wrong answer.
And when you come upon a client who needs the information, I know you always go out there and you look for the answer.
Yeah, we'll get you the answer.
Yeah, and you find it.
Bottom line. Yeah.
Dan White and Associates on the money, Sunday morning, 7 a.m. You want money for retirement? Listen Sunday morning, 7 a.m. He'll tell you how it's done. And I know that you do. Also, give Dan a call, 888-690-8820. You can find him you can find his office in Middletown. And also, Glen Mills, just right across the state line there on 202.
Absolutely.
All right, my friend. Be well. Take care.
You too, Rick.
All right. Thanks, Dan.